Well, hello adventurer. Glad to see you here again. Welcome back to Game On. I'm your host Tyson Fraley, along with my big chalkboard and this terrible drawing of vampire teeth, because you know, we're talking vampires today, baby. Well, most people have played, if not just heard, about D&D in some form or another, so I thought, hey, why not expand our horizons? So today I'm going to be showing you how to get your start in Vampire the Masquerade. For this game, you're not going to need a large set of dice. Well, you're going to need many dice, but you're not going to need multiple different forms, if that makes any sense. You're going to need d10s. That's the long and short of it. You're going to need 10 normal dice, or something in around that area, and preferably 5 d10s that are in red color or something similar. This will make up your dice pool, which you're going to be rolling throughout the game. Second and most important part, character sheet. Always got to have them, baby. Before doing stats or skills, I would suggest that you check out the predator types and also the vampire clan that you want your character to come from. It'll help determine what will be the best options for you. Each clan has a different way of viewing their undead life and how they should respond to the world around them. There's the Bruja, or the rabble-rousers. They're known to be the protest-heavy people, ones who really want to see change in the world and the oppressed freed. There's Gangrel, which is more focused on the animalistic side. It's almost the vampire version of a werewolf. The vampire aspect of yourself has this deep animalistic connection. Malkavian, it's very much tied to like psychic energy and imagine a person around a crystal ball telling you your future, except you didn't just pay 20 bucks to have someone tell you things that you already knew about yourself. Nosferatu, the classic terrifying monster. So you're going to be able to sneak around, but you're going to be ugly. Toreador, the vampire players, am I right? Tremere, which is the... How can I best describe Tremere? They are the weird cousin that kind of stays in the corner and is secretly doing blood rituals, I guess? We all have that cousin, right? Ventru, obsessed with power. Desperately want control over everything. They and Ventru and Bruja seem like they should be at odds, but sometimes they work together, which is very interesting, but you never know. A quick summary of all of the predator types are as follows. Alley Cat, you jump people in dark hallways and be able to drink their blood that way, viciously and violently. There's the Bagger, which means you suck on bagged blood, could be from transplant or transfusion, all that kind of stuff. There's the Blood Leech, which is my personal favorite, as you drink from other vampires. Cleaver, pretty much the definition of an abusive relationship, is when you drink from someone who is close to you, whether it be a friend or one of your family. The Consensualist, you drink only from those who allow you to do so. Farmer, you drink blood from animals. Osiris, you are some sort of celebrity or religious cult figure. Scream Queen, you are the height of a certain subgenre, subgroup, and a lot of people like you, and then also some people don't. And finally, Siren, where you drink blood while doing the dirty. With all of the clan descriptions out of the way, don't feel that you need to be bound tightly to that when you choose a character from a specific clan. These are just tenets that the clan usually abides by, what they're attracted to typically, but that doesn't mean that a Ventru wouldn't turn, or accidentally turn, someone who is like very rabble-rousing like a Bruja, or it doesn't mean that Tremere wouldn't bite someone who might be charismatic, more like a Toreador. The aspects of your character can intertwine into multiple ones of these. Don't feel like the clan idea is gonna bind your character to a certain kind of action or anything like that. Finally, your generation. Basically, generation is gonna dictate how much XP you start with. If you want to be an old vampire, it's going to be hard to do, it's going to be hard to run. So my suggestion would be either Neonate or Ancile, which is, Neonate is from 1940 to now, and Ancile is before 1940 to 1780. So anywhere between now and the French Revolution, and you're probably. Now let's do your attributes. Very simple, you have 9 attributes. You put 1 at 4, 3 at 3, 4 at 2, and 1 at 1. The number of dots attributed to your attribute is going to partially dictate how many dice you're going to roll for a specific skill check, so choose attributes that you think are going to fit well with your character and what you want to do with it. For your health score, do keep in mind that your health is equal to your stamina score plus 3. Your willpower is determined the same way with your attributes. It is determined by composure plus resolve. Now, let's go to your skills. Similar to attributes, there's a large number of skills, in my opinion, way more than there needs to be, but you know what? That's how we do it here. With these skills, you choose to put 4 in 1, 3 in 3, 3 in 2, and 3 in 1. Spread them out as you wish. There's no restrictions. Choose any skills that you want that you think is going to fit the character. Predator type is also going to give you a specialty. So if you already got that one in there, make sure to kind of keep notes so you can move things around. Now let's talk about disciplines. Disciplines are your vampiric powers that you're able to wield against other kindred and mortal alike. There's a lot of details about all of these different powers. I'm just going to give you the basic rundown so you can get a taste of what you're looking at. Animalism. In some shape or form, you don attributes of an animal, whether they be claws, great sight, anything like that. Auspex is more of a psychic kind of aspect. It is more focused in premonition and divining and that sort of work. Celerity, be fast as hell. Dominate, control people's minds. Fortitude, be strong in body and mind. Obfuscate, stealthy, stealthy, stealthy. Potence, about melee fighting and crushing your enemies. Or, you know, just their ribs. Proton, very similar to animalism, more focused in shape-shifting. Blood sorcery. This is exclusively to Tremere, and I think blood sorcery. This is exclusive to Tremere. Blood sorcery allows you to make glyphs, wards, to do specific special moves, whether that be climbing up on walls, being able to do rituals to curse someone, that sort of thing. The last one is Thin Blood Alchemy. Thin Blood Alchemy is exclusive to Thin Blood characters. What this means is that you were turned very recently, and it means that you're not a full vampire, and you probably never will be. It allows you to use your vitae, or your vampiric blood, to do specific, alchemicals. You're able to craft poisons and the like. Your disciplines will be dictated by your clan and also your predator type. The only type of clan that allows a character to choose any disciplines they want would be a caitiff, but it's very difficult socially to play a caitiff character. Have the caitiff be the customizable option for the real experienced players. Next, note your resonance. Certain disciplines call on different blood resonances based on the humors of the blood that was suggested by Aristotle. So, for example, obfuscate, you want melancholic blood. That way you can get certain bonuses when you're using it. Now, mark off 1 hunger. As a vampire, you're going to have to keep an eye on your hunger. That is why it's suggested you have the 5 red dice set off to the side. These will be your hunger die. So, to start off in a game, you'll probably have 1. If there's ever a point where you start getting annoyed, frustrated, or you're calling on the powers of the blood based on your disciplines, then you're going to have to start marking more. The only way to stop your hunger from getting all the way to 5 is to, well, what else but drink blood? You're never going to be able to get your hunger down to 0 unless you kill the person that you're drinking from, which has its own ramifications depending on who's looking for you. However, for the most part, you'll probably be working between hunger ranges of 1 to 5. If you hit 5, then you're going to enter a frenzy. This could mean hunger frenzy more often than not. You'll have to roll your willpower to be able to see if you're going to sustain or you're going to start just killing everything around you. Frenzy is probably the most dangerous thing that could happen to you while you're playing a game of Vampire the Masquerade, because it doesn't matter who's in front of you. You're killing everything. Next up, mark your blood potency as 1. Blood potency determines how powerful you are as a vampire. So, higher the number, greater the value, but then you start losing your humanity and a lot of other things like that, so be careful when you start upping your blood potency. Next up is background, merit, and flaws. Your predator type will give you probably 1 merit and 1 flaw right at the hop, depending on how exactly you kill and how exactly you consume blood. But for the rest of them, you're going to have to choose from the book yourself. You start with 7 merits and 2 dots and flaws. So depending on what the merit or flaw is, it might pull dice out of your dice pool or add dice to your dice pool, depending on what your background is, or depending on what your backstory is. So keep that in mind when you're building the character. Try to have everything mesh together. Finally, you've got your clan bane, your chronicle tenets, and your touchstones and convictions. Your clan bane, that is just determined by the clan you're in. Each one has a specific thing that it really doesn't like. Chronicle tenets are things that happen, kind of rules and guides for the game as per an individual basis. More things on like, this is our aim as a group. It's more of a communal kind of tenets that you want to establish for the game. Touchstones are specific people that you are very close with and that help you keep your humanity. Convictions are certain things that you're imposing on yourself to keep yourself accountable, and moral or immoral depending. Whenever you break a touchstone or a conviction, whether, say, an ally gets killed or you perform an act that goes against one of your convictions, you begin to lose willpower or humanity. So make sure to keep those intact. Otherwise, you might very quickly find yourself becoming what is known as a wight and just be willing to kill and eat everything all the time. Simply put, that's Vampire the Masquerade. If you like this video, please let us know down in the comments, leave us a like and subscribe. I'm Tyson Fraley, and you know what to do. Game on, my friends.